a lot of stuff going on in the world of pro wrestling, combat sports, and the like. Is there a particular place you want to start? Because the people have had a question all on social media since Friday evening. And I feel like we need to get to that question eventually, and that's surrounding the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Can we get into Jacob Fatu right now, real quick?
Might as well. We got plenty of time left.
We got plenty of time left. So let me ask you about this. Did you see Jacob Fatu's debut?
I didn't.
You didn't see it live. Did you go back and get to see any clips or anything like that?
I did. Okay. I went back and watched the clips and making a big interest, dropping them boys. And he looked real good. He's dropped a lot of weight. He looked like he's in the best shape he's ever been in. And now I'm glad to see Jacob finally make his debut in the WWE on the main roster, which I thought was a great move as well, because this guy that's been out there on that scene grinding and grinding for quite some time. The fans have been waiting and anticipating the arrival of Jacob Fatu. And I'm just glad that Jacob stayed the course more than anything. I've been talking to Jacob for quite some time about, man, just stay the course. Your time is going to come. And now that time has come. He's making a huge impact. And I just want to see this kid take over this wrestling game, man. People always talk about, the Samoan dynasty, and I really believe Jacob Fatu may be the best out of the whole group. He may just absolutely be. So we're going to find out how good Jacob Fatu actually really is. But I'm proud of the kid. I really am.
Yeah, I will say I was so excited because I got to see it live, actually. And I rarely get to catch SmackDown live. I normally have to watch it on tape. And so I was watching it live, and to see Jacob Fatu make his debut, it's just a big smile across my face. Because, again, we heard rumors, and I want to get into some of those rumors here in the next break. But we heard that he might be coming, and it was kind of waiting. Finally, he shows up. We got Tama Tonga. We got Tonga Loa. And we're waiting to see if Jacob Fatu comes in, and he does. And to me, it says a lot about, you always say your name gets there before you do. It says a lot about Jacob Fatu's name to your debut is not only just as somebody now in the bloodline, but your debut is laying out Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and the WWE champion Cody Rhodes on your debut. What does that say? What does that say the company thinks of you? You know what I mean? Like it's almost reminiscent of somebody coming into the company and their first angle was taking out Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Hey, bro.
It was very reminiscent of that to me.
He's definitely positioned in a top position as far as a top spot, as far as being a guy that's going to make some moves, make some plays. They waited, to the right time to actually debut him. They didn't just bring him in and just, put him out there. Like I said, just throw him on NXT. It seemed like it was a lot of thought process went into how we actually going to bring Jacob in. For a while there, I was reading that Jacob was going to come in from just a singles perspective without being a part of the bloodline. So you could tell a whole lot of thought went into bringing Jacob in. And me personally, I think him being a part of the bloodline is perfect. I think it's a no-brainer. I don't think you really had to think a whole lot about where you want to position Jacob Fatu in the company. So man, I'm just ready to see some great matches. Ready for the world to see Jacob Fatu and how good this guy really is, man. I've been touting Jacob Fatu for quite some time. I even said it, I don't know, 6 months ago, I said I'm going to do my best to help Jacob Fatu, get in the WWE. And now he's there. And let's see exactly what the werewolf is all about.
All right. Well, we're going to talk more about it. I got more on.
We got to take a break. We got to take a break. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Boom! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. You said you had a few topics. You said you had something you want to talk about. What? Let's get it.
Well, it's more about Jacob Fatu. We were talking about the debut of the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, on Smackdown on just this past weekend as a member of the Bloodline. And again, looking in phenomenal shape. And Jacob, I think for people who don't know, it was actually what was always great is when people would talk about Jacob online, they'd send out these clips of him. Oh, check out this little compilation of Jacob Fatu. And it would always be a lot of reality wrestling clips. And I as you, had the privilege of seeing Jacob Fatu live and in living color on several occasions at Reality Wrestling, and just how good he was, man, and how smooth, peanut butter smooth Jacob Fatu was in the ring, and his believability, his authenticity, everything looked great. And the people were always there. You know what I mean? The people were always engaged whenever Jacob Fatu was out there. But going to what you were saying, about 6 months ago, there was an article that came out, an article written from this show that said Booker T aims to help Jacob Fatu reach the WWE stardom. You know, and now he's here. Do you feel like you had any influence? I feel like it's a fair question to ask. You put it out there. Did you have any influence? Did you put a call in? Were there any like little chirps going around?
You know what? I'm not going to even, talk about that or anything like that. I'm just glad to see Jacob.
You're just happy.
In WWE. I'm not going to sit here and try to take any credit for Jacob. Just like, Roxanne Perez, just like, Athena, none of them, man. I want those guys to be able to, know that they put the work in, and the only reason that they are there is because of all the hard work that they have put in, more than anything. So I'm gonna leave.
Can I ask you this? Yeah. Can I ask you this as a follow-up though? What did you see from a talent scout coach perspective that you do at Reality Wrestling a lot? There's a lot of people who've never been to our arena. There's like banners up in the back of people who've come through the school, who've gone on to make it, at a certain level in this industry. And you've always had your eye on them in a certain way. You saw something in each of those people. Now, whether you put the word in, whether you trained them, whatever the case might be, a lot of these people ended up and went on to wrestling greatness. What did you see in Jacob Fatu to bring him into Reality Wrestling the several times that we did? What was it that you saw that now the world gets to see?
Talent, raw talent. Anybody that has watched Jacob Fatu perform one time, if you're a promoter, you want him on your roster. You want him on your team. You want to get this dude on your show. And the thing with Jacob, even though Jacob was an indie guy, he seemed to still be a star when he came to Reality Wrestling. He seemed to be always a guy that was top billing. And he, not just at Reality Wrestling, everywhere that he goes, he's top billing. And I just saw so much talent in this young man, just raw talent that you can't teach someone in a school or anything like that. He just has that it factor. I mean, it's written all over him. Give him a shot. And if you give him a shot, boom, he'll go out there and knock it out of the park. That's all Jacob was and is looking for, is an opportunity. And now he has that opportunity in the WWE, a place that he really truly belongs, to actually go out there and show the world what I've seen for quite some time. I'm talking about more than 5, 6, 7 years now. He should have been there long before now. Truly, he should have been
I agree.
Long before now. But they say God's always on time, even when he's late. Okay, so now I think he's in the right place at the right time.
And what you said is like, you always hear about the Samoan professional wrestlers and how they just take to it naturally. And a lot of them do. And there's a certain uncanny ability many of them have. But Jacob,
God's always on time, even when he's late. Okay, so now I think he's in the right place at the right time.
And what you said is like, you always hear about the Samoan professional wrestlers and how they just take to it naturally. And a lot of them do. And there's a certain uncanny ability many of them have. But Jacob, as you said, he has the potential to be the best. I echo those sentiments completely. If you've never seen this guy wrestle, just see what he did on Friday. And he was impressive there. But when you see him in the ring, you hear him on the microphone, you see him make an entrance. There's all these intangibles about him that just make him stand out to where he's not just somebody you've seen before. You have not seen Jacob Fatu before. You have not seen anybody like this guy. And I'm excited. Yeah. He's 100% believable. And I'm excited as you are that he is now in a main event, top billing feud on the main roster in the WWE. And everybody around the world is going to know Jacob Fatu's name. Here's what the other interesting thing is. They already have a shirt for him on WWEshot.com, right? We're now on the 24th day of the month of June, and it's the 5th highest selling t-shirt of the month. The Jacob Fatu Wolf shirt.
Wow.
What did it tell you about?
Just it tells you the fans have been waiting on this guy for a long time, and they want to support him. You know, he's a good dude. More than anything, outside of the ring, he's a really good dude. He reminds me so much of Umaga. I swear to God, man, he reminds me of Umaga so much because Umaga, you know, he was that, you know, Samoan bulldozer, but he had a heart of gold, man. He really did. He had, at least for me. I don't know about the rest of them suckers out there.
He like me. I don't know about y'all.
I can't speak for the rest of them suckers out there, but for me, man, he had the biggest heart, man. And Jacob is the same exact way. I see so many similarities in those two.
Well, I mean, again, we're going to see where the Samoan dynasty starts to run in the bloodline. Still no Roman Reigns. Roman's still kind of out right now. We don't know when we're going to see, you know, the big dog, as he's called, the head of the table, the tribal chief. We don't know when we're going to see him come back, but I'm sure when he does, there's going to be a lot going on.